Straight to the hell we made. Why always a war, babe, when we wanna...
You didn't want them anyway. Let me explain. I take a self-care day once a week. Like, I go see my esthetician. She does my lashes. I do a deep cleanse facial. You know, she handles my little mustache. Whatever. I'm always there first thing in the morning, right? On this particular day, there's one person there with me. She seemed normal when I was conversating with her, waiting for my esthetician to get done with whatever she was doing. And so she comes out and she greets us. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get you cash because I know how that is. I'm going to pay you in cash so you can have instant access to your money without involving the banks. She's like, I just need my eyelashes fixed. I'm like, you go ahead, honey. I'm going to go get some cash for her. When I come back, she's crying, and I'm like, oh my, I need to be minding my business. It's my self-care day. I'm supposed to be focusing all of this energy on me. This is not energy I'm trying to spread out. It's too damn early for this, lady. She didn't include me anyway. So, you know, I wasn't outside of my purpose. I'm looking at my phone. I'm minding my business. I got my earpiece in. But I lost one earpiece, so I got one visible earpiece in and one visible ear that's available and obviously paying attention to the surroundings. I hear her say, yeah, you know, he tricked me. And I'm like, oh no, not this. My esthetician, I've been knowing her for like 2 years. Okay, she's very sweet, very good. She knows me. I talk about, you know, she asks like, hey, what's up, girl? What you been doing? And I'm like, yeah, you know, this and this and that. And so she knows me. So this young lady, she's like, and I don't know what to do. And, you know, I hear Devanya, my esthetician, she's giving her advice. She's like, don't worry, honey. You'll be fine. Right, Clarice? And so I ignored her because I'm just here to love myself. So she's like, right, Clarice? Clarice has had many breakups within the past few months. Excuse me? Ain't nobody asked you to tell my business. But she was right. I am Miss Thank You Next. After spending 20 years in a relationship that didn't work out, okay, that I had to leave anyway, I got time for it, okay? I'm moving on to the next. Thank you. Thank you. I learned my lesson. I need to reinforce this boundary, and God bless you. And so she goes on and she's like, I just can't believe he did that to me. He's a hoe. Man, can we leave the judgments for the Lord? Like, how you know he was a hoe? And she like, he has a picture of a skinny girl in his phone. A skinny girl with lingerie. Okay. I'm like, oh, you know, it ain't nothing for me to say. So she said, was this and he was that. And you know what? When I hear a lot of pronouns outside of I, it gets me irritated because in that moment I know you giving away your power. You not acknowledging the situation for what it is. If you study talking about you and he and she, and where's the I? Where's the focus for the main character in your story, ma'am, sir, sis, bruh? Like, no, I'm like, okay, so let's wrap this up. Let's turn this around because I'm here for a specific purpose in all reality. And so I'm like, okay. So what ends up happening is you ask for something. She's like, well, I've been married. I've been single for all of these years. I said, and yes, and you were yearning. You sent that out and you've been yearning over a period of time more than likely. And that yearning sent the signal out. Now, what you have to do is be specific. You have to be very specific for what you're asking for. And if you are not in alignment with that, meaning, okay, God, I want this. And God like, all right, cool. So in order for you to get this, you have to be this person. You have to eliminate this negative behavior. It ain't gonna last. Like, I ain't trying to be in here, you know, giving and taking away. Okay. I'm like, okay, so you sent that out. I said, was it anything good that he did outside of the situation? Because you was with him, you said for a few, like 6 months. And she's like, yeah, he helps me out. He was there when I needed him. I went through a difficult situation. He was there for me. I'm like, okay, good. So it wasn't all bad. Please take that from this conversation. Acknowledge the good times. Like, acknowledge the bad times. By acknowledging the good times, you are able to realize what you like, what that person brought to you, what they highlighted according to your likes, okay? And by acknowledging the bad things, you know where your boundaries need to be reinforced. Reflection. It's all about the reflection, baby. Okay? And so she like, yeah. Sorry, I had to do a little look-see. Don't think you creeping up on nobody. She's like, well, he's a cheater. I said, and in that case, you didn't want him anyway. You wanted this ideal of him that you built up in your head. Like, that's just what it is. When someone shows you who they are and it brings distaste to the relationship, then you can acknowledge that with that person. And if they acknowledge it within themselves as a weakness that they need to fix and are willing to put in the work, then you know there could be some compromise going on there. But if you give someone a chance, if you acknowledge something within another person that you don't like and they are not in agreement with you, they actually like that about themselves, then you don't actually like the person. And it's time to let go and not be sad about it. It's time to let go and acknowledge who you are, what you like, and then it's time to, you know, heal whatever little ego bruising, little ego fight that you just had. Heal all of that and live your life. Because, baby, it is a lot going on out here in regards to you. And your movie, it goes according to whatever way you want it to. That's the best thing about this life. Whenever you decide you don't like it and it needs to be exited out of the scene, it leaves because you decided to exit it out. Whenever you decide you like it, if you are in alignment with that thing, it's there. And if that thing is in alignment with you, it's there. It's all about agreements. It's all about acknowledging it. It's all about loving on yourself, okay? Love yourself. Realize that you cannot bend the will of another person.
Always a wall, babe, when we wanna go.